Words of Sri Aurobindo from the Collective Works of Sri Aurobindo, Volume 32, page 504, topic relation, special relation with the mother. Question. At times I feel that the Divine Mother is not pleased with me. This feeling makes me very uncomfortable and I get the idea of going away from here. Is she not pleased? What is the use of my staying? For the Sri Aurobindo says, Mother is not pleased with your work or with you. There is no such thing in her mind. But the progress of no one here is complete. There is, as you know yourself, still much to change from time to time. Mother's putting a pressure, and that it may be done. You must not take that pressure for displeasure. As for going away, you must yourself realize that the suggestion can only come from a hostile source, and you should not allow it to dwell in you for a moment. Mother is quite ready to tell you in what points your more progress is necessary, though I think you must for the most part know it yourself. Especially she wants you to be more guarded in your speech. You are in a special position and one of great trust, and whatever you say is taken up and commented on. So you must be very careful that nothing should go out from you which ought not to be said or known. To talk less and not be too unguarded in your speech should be part of your discipline of sadhana. Sri Aurobindo says, keep yourself open to the mother and in perfect union with her. Make yourself entirely plastic to her touch and let her mold you swiftly towards perfection. Let me repeat this. Sri Aurobindo says, keep yourself open to the mother and in perfect union with her. Make yourself entirely plastic to her touch and let her mold you swiftly towards perfection. 9th March 1934. Sri Aurobindo says it is certainly true that the divine has no preference or dislikes and is equal to all, but that does not prevent there being a special relationship with each other. This relation, however, does not depend on the more or less identification or union. The purer soul has an easier access to the divine. The more developed nature has more lines on which to meet him. The identification creates a spiritual oneness, but there are other personal relations which are created by other causes. It is too complex for all relations to be determined by one cause. Sri Aurobindo says, yes, yogis whose progress does not depend on the personal intervention of the mother need have no personal relation with her, only the spiritual contact in distance. Some may have a special relation, but that is due to special aspects of their sadhana. On the other hand, one may have a personal relation with the mother, even though no progress has been made in the sadhana. There are all kinds of possibilities in this matter. Sri Aurobindo says there is much relation with all of those who have come here with a psychic sufficiently developed to admit of the relation. In other cases, it is more a possibility than a thing realized. There are, roughly speaking, three parts of the being in the manifestation which come into play here. First, the psychic being in evolution, which brings with it its past experiences of past lives and something of the old personalities, so much as it can make helpful for the present life. Second, the present formation due to this birth and made up of complex factors. Third, the future being, which in our case means the great lines of higher consciousness above the present manifestation, by joining which the transformation becomes more possible and the work attempted can be done. Sri Aurobindo says it is the psychic being which brings in the contact through past lives or personalities, that is through something essential and still operative in them which it has kept. But in addition, some psychic beings have come here who are ready to join with great lines of consciousness above, represented often by beings of higher planes, and are therefore specially fitted to join with the mother intimately in the great work that has to be done. These have all a special relation with the mother, which adds to the past one. As for the present formation, it may be obviously have elements which, not being joined or met with the mother, may feel themselves strange to her. It is such an element which many feel standing in the way, but it is an exterior formation and does not belong to the past or the future evolution, at any rate in the present figure. It must either disappear or change. Date 10th June 1935. Question. Yesterday we discussed the divine love in relation to the sadhaks. My points were these. Number 1. It is said that the psychic being of each sadhak has a special relation to the divine. This must mean that the psychic gets from the divine the response that is proper to it. But does it mean that one sadhak gets more love and another sadhak less? Second, if the divine loves one person more and another less, this implies partiality on the divine's part, but the divine cannot be partial. Third, people say that the mother loves those who are physically near her more than those who are not. I think this judgment is apt to be wrong. I hope you will correct me when I am wrong in my understanding. For this, Sri Aurobindo says to launch into too many mental subtleties in this connection is not very helpful. For it is a subject which is beyond mental analysis, and the constructions of the mind about it are apt to be either very partially true or else erroneous. There is a universal divine love which is equal for all. There is also a psychic connection which is individual. It is the same essentially for all, but it admits of a special relation with each which is not the same for all but different in each case. This special relation stands apart in each case and has its own nature. It is, as is said, sui generis, of its own kind, cannot be compared, balanced or measured with other relations, for each of these again is sui generis. The question of less or more is therefore perfectly irrelevant here. Sri Aurobindo says it is quite wrong to say that the mother loves most those who are nearest to her in the physical. I have often said this, but people do not wish to believe it because they imagine that the mother is a slave of the vital feelings like ordinary people and governed by vital likes and dislikes. Those she likes, she keeps near her. Those she likes less, she keeps less near. And those she dislikes or does not care for, she keeps at a distance. That is a childish reasoning. Many of those who feel the mother's presence and love always with them hardly see her except once in 6 months or once in a year, apart from the pranam and meditation. On the other hand, one near her physically or seeing her often may not feel such a thing at all. He may complain of the absence of the mother's help and love altogether, or as compared to what she gives to others. If the childishly simple rule of 3 given above are true, such contracts would not be possible. Whether one feels the mother's love or not depends on whether one is open to it or not. It does not depend on physical nearness. Openness means the removal of all that makes one unconscious of the inner relation. Nothing can make one more unconscious than the idea that it must be measured only by some outward manifestation instead of being felt within the being. It makes one blind or insensitive to the outward manifestation that are there. Whether one is physically far or near makes no difference. One can feel it being physically far or seeing her little. One can fail to feel her when it is there, even if one is physically near or often in her physically presence. Question. Sadhaks who the mother has accepted have some personal physical relation with her. I want to know if there is any personal relation with me. Sri Aurobindo says there is a personal relation with most, but what is personal physical relation? Question. Suppose a child wants to remain faithful to the mother and tries to remain faithful, but he sees he is not getting any response. Is it not an illusion for him to try to remain faithful when the mother never shows him sweet side? Finally, the sadhak will become unfaithful. For the Sri Aurobindo says if the sadhak becomes unfaithful to the mother, it means that he did not want the sadhana or the mother, but the satisfaction of his desire and his ego. That is not yoga. These are the words of our Lord Sri Aurobindo.
Tu domineras toute la terre de ton amour souverain, et les consciences seront illuminées de ta sérénité. Telle est la promesse. Thou wilt reign over all the earth with thy sovereign love, and the consciousness of men will be full of the light of thy serenity. This is the promise